today to talk to you about the return of the wild feminine. And this is ways to really help reinvigorate your body, your energy levels, and your life. I'm doing a training this summer, July 16th, and then the 21st and 22nd, on the return of the wild feminine practices. But what I want to say today is a little bit about what I mean by that so you can understand and see if it's a match for your life. First of all, a big piece that you'll hear me talk about a lot in my trainings and in my work and my newsletters is feminine restoration. Feminine restoration to me is a return back to embodied consciousness, um, a return to our creativity, our intuition, our feeling body, honoring our emotional body and experiences, and really learning the art of receptivity and compassion, as well as that fierce wild feminine that knows what she knows and can act from there. So it's all of this, and it's real important to me to help women do this because I feel like it's a real missing piece in our culture. Another piece of feminine restoration is this sense of interconnectivity. Interconnectivity is so important for a healthy life, physically and mentally. That sense that we are part of something bigger than ourselves, to stop seeing and acting from this place of being a separate self. And that ties into a lot of spiritual beliefs and a lot of different religions and spiritual practices. I'm not here to preach about one specific religion or spiritual belief, but what I am interested in, and this is part of the wild feminine practices, is to understand and know your spiritual dimension. And then I'm just a big cheerleader for wherever that takes you. But really important to find that creative spiritual essence of who you are, because that creates a sense of inner peace, a sense of receptivity for deeper pleasure, and a deep authentic power in yourself and connection to your sacred mission. Sacred mission seems to evolve the more women get reconnected to the root of their body and their connection to the earth. All of a sudden they start to understand who they are, what is their essence and what they came here to do. Part of the wild feminine training, the return of the wild feminine, is helping her return in your life and at work. And how can you start to learn how to access her? Access her meaning access your intuition, access this creative genius that is the feminine, and that embodied creative genius that is you, and that reconnection of interconnectivity with the earth, with all beings. So then the earth becomes a sense of magic, and there's many allies supporting you, and there's synchronicities that show up in your life that is in the bigger picture, supporting your sacred mission, your personal growth. It's really magical, this shamanic lens. The Return of the Wild Feminine training is definitely shamanic body work. So we work with the womb massage, we work with eco-sourcing, how to work with the earth's energy, electromagnetic current to heal your body. We work with womb dance, specific techniques to help with open your hips and your pelvic floor, as well as shamanic dance, which is very important for women to find their unique dance. We work with asanas that are specific for your pelvic floor, your ovaries, your fertility, accessing your creative center. And this particular training will be discussing all of these practices. We'll be training from the perspective of how do we help the contemporary woman? How do we help the contemporary situation be infused with this wild feminine? So we'll be discussing things around daily life, how to implement this in your daily life. It's geared toward mothers, professionals, and practitioners because you are people of influence. You are around your children, the new leaders of tomorrow. You're around your coworkers. You're around your clients. So you can bring your feminine genius to them. And the way I feel it works with the feminine is like it's contagious. It's a ripple effect, domino effect. The feminine is radiant. The feminine is she protects and nurtures the sacred. The Eve Ensler said women are the greatest resource of the planet, and I always agreed with that, and that's why I started my work, is because when they feel inspired, their nature is to tend and care for life of their children, life of their dreams, life of the planet, life of the earth. So this is the inspiration of these trainings. This sense of feminine genius, I believe, comes from returning inward to our own source of creativity and intuitive wisdom, feminine wisdom. So we must address the pelvic floor, we must address the womb, we must address the whole body and how we feel and think of her. And so these practices are designed to help you rediscover yourself as a woman, rediscover your female body, rediscover your connection to the earth, rediscover your breath, rediscover the miracle you are, and get to know who you are as a woman in this female body and how she works. Weaving the womb work, the embodiment dance, healing practices, and the ego sourcing helps to open through contraction habit patterns of abuse, trauma, self-doubt, lack of confidence, these things that come with trauma, and to be able to experience pleasure again and to feel authentic power. So this training will train you in some of the things you'll see in my newsletter this week. We have some things on how to ease allergies, working with the herbal remedies, working with eco-sourcing, belly to the earth. Simple things, really simple things that we've gotten away from. And when we start to implement them into our lives is where they become natural again. You start to see a huge change. When I started to implement these practices into my life, my ovarian cysts ended and my painful periods were done. It was amazing. I suffered from very painful cycles, moon cycles, my whole life, crawling in college to the bathroom. And after I worked with these practices and understood about the importance of really inhabiting my pelvic floor and receptivity for the earth's energy and connection to the earth, so important for our health, I started to see a lot more empowerment and health in my reproductive organs and my capacity to orgasm. So we're going to talk all about this in the training. If you can't make the training in Boulder, we will be doing a womb dance online program very soon, early in the fall. So stay tuned. And we'll have an August training on being the dancers for the new earth, and that's all about using dance as activism, movement, meditations with nature, with the sacred center of the body, basically learning to become a dance healer for yourself and other people. I'm going to give you lots of tools and maps. We're going to work in groups and create dance ritual, and this is a co-ed practice. If you want to spend the summer with me, doing both these trainings would be an amazing personal development for your personal growth or your bodied arts practice. If you have any questions, go to ishialin.com or email me at womens10ix@gmail. I'm so happy to continue the conversation. I'm based in Boulder for a few more months and happy to have you in for womb sessions, pelvic floor work, womb dance, or the somatic councils have also been real powerful, helping women with insomnia or lineage work, priestess training. So just find me. I'm so happy to support you.